If you want to get good at this game, you're going to have to start out with some brand new habits.
Old habits are hard to break.
Let me connect the dots. Yesterday, I had my checkup and I was talking to my doctor. And one of the things he told me to jump into was some habit tracking. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of do some of that with various apps, with Notion and some other things like that. And he was like, no, I really want you to do this the old school analog way. And I used to do that before when I was in the bullet journaling. When I was in the bullet journaling, I used to do a lot of habit tracking back then. But he handed me a piece of paper, and it was just something that he found on Canva and printed out. And he was like, I want you to put your habits in here that you want to work on. And specifically, medically, it's my, watching my sodium intake, which I've been doing really well. Watch my carbohydrate intake, which I've been doing relatively well. But then tracking my steps and my exercise, things like that. Now I have an Apple Watch. It does that for me. I'd use a food logging app called Lose It, which tracks my food for me really well. Found out another really dope app called Yuka, which not only helps you scan foods, but to pick out what are the bad things in certain foods that you don't have to avoid. You just want to be aware that they're there. But again, all of this is extra screen time and having to have your apps ready, so forth, so on, etc. Like just now, my watch is big. You see what I'm saying? So he's like, I really believe that in this particular case, especially dealing with the health situation, it's better for you to do some analog tracking. 100% down, because I'm a fountain pen fanatic anyway. I love pens, papers, notebooks. I can spend hours in the Japanese stationery store when I'm in Japan. So I'm like, okay, bet. And I'm like, this is something even related to us as content creators. Because I guarantee you right now, a bunch of you guys have a assets folder or hard drive, whether it's photos, video clips, sound files, whatever, absolute mess. And the reason why you can't sort them or fix them or organize them, because it will take you way too long. So this is where something like an analog habit tracker can come in. You can say, over the next 60 days, I'm going to spend 1 letter per day to organize, say, my address book. Now, that's only 26 days, but then you're going to go back and prune. You're going to send messages to people to see if they're still active. Hey, is that you kind of thing. Don't make it that easy because the spammers do that one. But like, send them a message, make sure their contact's up to date. Prune your email list if you're building an email list for your business. Organize your B-roll files. Organize your photo album in your phone. I know for a fact that I have tons and tons and tons of things on my phone. So you can run a duplicate scan, but it will take you hours to get rid of them all. So what you say is, I'm going to take, over say the last 5 years, I'm going to use every day to cover one of the months over the last 5 years, right? So that's going to give you 60 months, and that's going to give you, say, 1 letter a day. It's going to take you 2 months to clean out your photo album, but that's a habit that you can put yourself in a position to do every day. So let's talk about how to do an analog habit tracker system. I think the best thing in the beginning is go to some place like Canva, search for a habit tracker that you might like, right? So I'll click on this one, and it's just, the habits that you want. And there's 30, 31, you just write them down. You just fill it in circles, so forth, so on, etc. I think this is a really cool way to do it. So you can just print this out, or you can just get dot grid paper and draw some of your own. But I think the cool thing about Canva is you can find something that will tickle your fancy and work your whimsy. Like, this is crazy. This is a full setup. If you happen to have the old school Ecamm, what is it called? If you happen to have the old school Ecamm content planner, this is in there. You can get habit tracking paper from Amazon where it's already set up, or you just draw your own. It's literally take a piece of paper, write down 1 through 31 in one set of columns, and then write down the habits that you want to track. So as we relate this back to content creating, let's just say it's record something every single day. So I want to make it a habit to record a video every day. Now, I'm not going to put so much pressure on you to make you post it, but if you want to get good at this game, you have to get good at recording. So this is a habit that you can build for yourself. And for the next 60 days, lock yourself in the bathroom and have yourself a little 5-minute conversation with yourself. I know my buddy Alicia, she's working on doing 100,000 steps. So she is building up from 5,000 to 7,500 to 10,000 to 15,000. And so that's a habit thing. That's something that you would want to track. But there's a lot of science behind why this is really, really good for your brain. And first of all, analog tracking is a little bit better just because of the hand-brain connection. It's a little different than doing it regularly. The data recording helps you. It gives you a chance to have some visual feedback. It finally puts you on the map to have some personal accountability. And we were talking about this in class today. As we've gotten older, I feel like our society is just getting really, really bad at personal accountability. So this is a minor step that you can take to take a step towards being more accountable just as a human being. Like showing up when you're going to show up, making the phone calls you say you're going to make, calling the people back you're going to make, writing your mom, writing your sister, these kind of things will really help. If you mix this analog tracking with a little bit of journaling, even if your journaling is write down 3 things positive that happened to you today. We're going to completely ignore the negative stuff. We're only going to write the positive stuff. You will start to feel better because you realize that your life isn't as crap as you think it is. Everybody can find a little positivity in their day. And if you can't, then go make some. Go be nice to somebody else and write that down. Because maybe the fastest way to get happy is to start doing happy things for other people. But just from a medical standpoint, I used to work in the medical field, and I thought it was kind of incredible that between both my doctor and my dietitian, more than half the appointment was on the mindset part of the game. When you check in, they start asking you, are you safe at home? Like, we're in a different game. I think we're starting to understand the brain a little bit better, and maybe the first step to becoming a better content creator is to stop beating yourself up. Stop blaming yourself when things don't go the way you want. Stop looking for excuses not to do the work. Just come up with a better plan. And maybe the first way to come up with a better plan is to start developing some better habits. So I'm curious, again, if you would like to, write down in the comment section below, what are some of the habits that you would like to take on? And if you're in to do an analog habit track with me, throw the notebook icon or piece of paper icon in the chat below. Comments below. I'm in. I think dot grid note paper is my favorite. The one that I have is not brand new, so I'm going to grab a new one. But I would use my field notes because this is a 56 day calendar. Like even this would work. You know what? If you got standard loose leaf paper that you stole from your kid's notebook, that'll work. You're just going to get a ruler and draw some grids because I just think it's easier to see grids. However you do it, pick a system. Go on YouTube. Tons of people are showing you how to do it. Go to Canva, print out a piece of paper. Just do a Google search. Find any random habit tracker form and start there. And then you can develop the system that you want, that works for you the way you want to. I am purposely avoiding showing you how I would do it because I don't want you to get stuck in mine, because if it doesn't work for you, it won't work for you. And this is where I failed at these things in the past. It's also the reason why I think paper, in this particular case, is even better doing it in the computer. And it's kind of funny because I've been doing it in the computer, but I'll easily forget to pick up the app and track it. Then I got to go back and look at pictures and try to remember what I've done. Whereas doing it on paper is so much easier.
Well, I'll make a habit of doing things that people say I can't do.
You know what the rule is around here? I don't know who needed to hear that. But if it was you, let's get some good habits. And the first habit is leave a comment. How about we make a habit of leaving comments on Doc's videos or anybody's videos for that matter? Be a good citizen of YouTube. Leave comments. Show your appreciation for people who are out there. This creator business is hard. And we should all take turns going out and spreading some of the love by going to people's videos and leaving a heartfelt comment. So I will go leave a comment on my buddy's Paul video because I just watched him riding the camel in the desert. It was absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to go leave a good comment over there and then edit this video real quick. Well, not even edit it. I'm going to just slap an end card. I'm too tired to edit today. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but if it's you, let me know in the comment section below. If you're in, don't forget, throw your notebook icon. Let me know what habits you are working on. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video they think you should watch, and I agree with them.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throats to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver